And we have a map in the collections of the museum that actually shows how he purchased the land in order. The numbers are on the blocks of land. And then it shows Hershey all laid out. And there's the chocolate factory, big block of land, as you can imagine. And the streets are all laid out, but there are no houses on them yet.
As he planned his factory in town, Hershey had taken note of the excellent rail service into the area and its rich supply of good, clean water his business would need in abundance. And then there was the bounty of his principal need, tons and tons of fresh, wholesome milk out of the finest stock grass and dairymen in the country. To bring his workforce to him more easily, his plan included a widespread system of trolley lines that would spoke out through the countryside toward the distant cities.
Mr. Hershey had a very strong vision of what he wanted, not only for his chocolate company, but for his workers and the kind of environment that he wanted to provide. And that was a very far-reaching view that he had, certainly uncommon in his day and age.
Special care in the building of the houses his workers would live in as renters or buyers. He was in the vanguard of the first rigorous suburban zoning codes, assuring that houses were a comfortable distance from the roads and one another. The streets were named for all things bearing on chocolate and where the cocoa bean was grown, resulting in not just Chocolate Avenue, but thoroughfares called Cocoa, Caracas, and Java. The winning entry in a contest to rename the town was Hershey Cocoa, chosen above Beansdale, Beats All, and St. Milton. But cooler heads prevailed, and the town was named, yes, Hershey. He had to battle Washington for the post office that would bear the town's name. He had to impel the Philadelphia and Reading railroads to build a new Hershey railroad station. A prosperous town needs its own bank, and he organized, chartered, and built the Hershey Trust Company. He also built the first-rate department store needed by a first-rate town. And in the interest of moral rectitude, he gave land for churches. Founded in 1903, Hershey has endured over a century and retains an astonishing amount of the charm and livability that its founder had envisioned. Because he was so mindful of the welfare of his workers, he was stung in 1937 when some of his employees engaged in a sit-down strike at the plant. One described as a civil war in utopia. He felt betrayed.
They were striking all over. The country was really in bad shape. There's not only Hershey, but it finally hit Hershey, which was unthinkable because everybody at Hershey was doing a good job and we all loved our jobs.
This led to the formation of a loyal workers group. And they were soon joined in the public meetings by the local farmers, whose milk market was then gone.
And they came across the bridge, and you could see them coming in a wave. And the first thing you knew, you saw stones flying all over the place, and the farmers went in and kicked out all the sit-down strikers. And it was quite a melee that they had.